get back in the kitchen today. We took a little bit of a break, but I'm so excited to get back in and we're gonna experiment. So there are so many things on my list of things I wanna try to make from scratch. And so a few of these have been on my list for a really long time. I've had the ingredients for a really long time, so we're just gonna do it. So first up on the docket, we're gonna make homemade peanut butter, followed by homemade butter and buttermilk, and then homemade vanilla extract. I'm really excited. Now, this is not so much a tutorial as it is me just experimenting and having fun in the kitchen. So I know a lot of you have experience cooking from scratch. And so if you have suggestions or recipes that you really love that pertain to this video, I would love to hear from you. Go ahead and comment down below as you're watching. I think that we can learn so much from each other. And on one particular video, a video that went crazy wild that a lot of you probably came from, I had so many suggestions, so many comments, just really helpful, and I so much appreciate them. So please go ahead and do your magic in the comments if you've got something to share. But we're just gonna jump right in. So let's go ahead and get into the kitchen. So I think we're gonna start off with the easiest of the three, and that is gonna be the vanilla extract. Now, I bought these beans off of Amazon. I know there are so many different places that you can buy them. I know there's different grades of vanilla beans, so do your research. Some videos that I watched, someone mentioned that they go on Facebook, and there's a Facebook group where you can get really good high quality vanilla beans for a really great price. But I've had these probably since like October or November last year, and I just haven't gotten around to making this vanilla, and it's gonna be so easy. A couple of things that I learned. Again, I'm not an expert, never done this before. But first off, you need alcohol. I think at a minimum you need 80 proof. I think anything higher you do have to dilute. This is vodka. You can use, I've seen bourbon, spiced rum, Everclear I think is also vodka. I don't know. If you make your own vanilla, let me know what you use. I am not a drinker really, so I actually have this on hand because I make room sprays with it. So like I do a homemade Febreze, and this is really great in it because it helps to absorb smells, but it doesn't have a smell like rubbing alcohol or witch hazel. So that's why I have this on hand, but it's gonna work perfectly for this. I don't need to dilute it. The recipe that I'm going off is, I'll link it down below, Sally's Baking Addiction. It's just the first one that popped up, but she does 8 ounces or a cup of the alcohol and about 8 vanilla beans. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put them in these pint-sized mason jars, and I've got airtight lids. And what I'm gonna do, and based on the research that I saw, is I'm not going to cut the vanilla beans. And the reason being is that I want to be able to reuse the vanilla beans, and if you cut them, the caviar, I think is what it's called, the seeds, right? I think they're the seeds, I don't know. The stuff inside the bean, no. You know what I'm talking about, right? The stuff inside will come out and you really can't reuse them. In about 6 to 12 months, then we will have vanilla extract. So if this is something that you're thinking maybe would be, you know, Christmas gifts that you want to give away, now is the time to do it so that everything is ready to give away at Christmas time. But yeah, I'm gonna move you to a better location so we can see better. I've told you before, I live in a really small space. This kitchen doesn't have the greatest lighting and not a lot of space. So for this recipe, we're gonna go actually to my living room, closer to the window, so it can just be a better lighting experience for you. So we're gonna make the vanilla extract over there. So I quickly went off plan with this project. Originally, as I said, I was going to put the vanilla beans in 2 separate jars, so we would have, you know, 2 separate containers. And then I quickly started thinking, like, why am I doing it in 2 containers? Now, I did say that I was not going to cut the beans, but I'm cutting them in half
so that they would fit underneath the alcohol and be completely submerged. If they're not submerged, then you run the risk of the beans molding. So I did cut them in half, but I did not cut them lengthwise so that the majority of the caviar or the seeds or whatever are exposed. So we should be able to reuse them and just continuously make vanilla after this first batch is established. I really would like to experiment with different alcohols to see what we like the best. As I said, I've seen people use like spiced rum and bourbon. I think maybe the spiced rum would be really good. I don't know. So I would like to experiment over the summer and then kind of compile my thoughts and things towards the end of the year when I can try the vanillas. This was a really easy project and I don't know why I put it off so long. We tend to do those things, right? So I'm really excited to have some vanilla brewing basically on the pantry shelf, and it'll be really awesome to give it a try towards the end of this year.
Next up, we're going to be making homemade butter, and a special thank you to T Mars for sponsoring this portion of the video. They went ahead and sent me their butter churning kit. It comes with this really pretty butter churner, some wooden butter paddles, a butter mold, a cheesecloth, and a little silicone mat to keep the churner from moving around as you are churning your butter. I know there's a much easier way to make butter, and that is using a KitchenAid mixer or maybe even a hand mixer, I'm not sure. But this is kind of fun, something different. It obviously is going to take longer, but it's just kind of fun the old-fashioned way. If you're interested in purchasing this kit or just looking into it, you can head to the link in my description box, and if you do purchase it, you can get 10% off with the code SIMPLEBUTTER. So let's go ahead and make some butter the old-fashioned way and get an arm workout in the meantime. It's only been about 2 minutes and it's already starting to feel thicker. Okay, let's see what it looks like after a couple minutes. All right, so definitely whipped cream consistency, or almost whipped cream consistency. It is getting harder to whip. What is it looking like in there? Okay, now we're at whipped cream consistency for sure. Man, that is hard to whip. Okay, I told you I'm doing some of this in my living room. It's not very aesthetic, but this is getting harder to whip. Although, you can see it's pretty thick. But I am kind of struggling, not gonna lie, and kind of sweating. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, just like that. Do you see how liquidy it is now? Ooh, so cool. Oh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, it's curly. Okay, I'm gonna switch it to the overhead so you can see it. Okay, let me show you. Oh, shoot. Can you see? I don't wanna, it's like curdly. We're getting there. It's not taking as long as I thought it would, which is good. Oh, gosh. Maybe it's done. I am struggling. last up is gonna be peanut butter. Now, sometimes I have really great ideas and sometimes they don't work out. I bought this bag of salted peanuts. They're in the shelves. I thought the bag was a lot smaller and I did a pickup, so I didn't see it in person before I bought it. So now we have this giant bag. It's a 5-pound bag. I don't know what I was thinking. I obviously did not look it up. This was. But now I have this giant bag of peanuts that need to be shelled, and I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. So I want to make peanut butter, but first I need to shell these. Now, please don't make this mistake unless you want to do something with your hands and you're bored. I'm guessing most of you don't have the time to do this. I've seen people just make peanut butter with the dry roasted nuts. You can get them at Aldi, all kinds of places, and you just dump and go and make your peanut butter. But I need to shell these first. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm trying not to overthink this. We're just gonna have fun, experiment, and learn. And yeah, so I'm gonna get to shelling these peanuts before we make our peanut butter. Okay, I want to try this peanut butter. This is the behind the scenes kind of look, but tastes like peanut butter. Obviously, it's not as sweet as like Skippy and other things, which is what I want. Didn't add anything into this, no salt. The peanuts were already salted. It's pretty good. As you can see, I got well over a pint from 4 cups, which was about 1.5 pounds of shelled peanuts. I'm gonna try my hardest to really make it from scratch because it's really good and very cheap compared to the store-bought peanut butter. So I'm really excited how that turned out. All right, that's gonna do it. Thank you so much for spending time with me today in my kitchen. As I said before, if you've got any suggestions or comments or different ways that you like to approach some of these recipes, I would love to hear from you in the comments. As always, I will have everything linked down in the description box that I can link, including a link to the butter churner kit. So if you're interested in that, make sure you click the link and you can use the code SIMPLEBUTTER for 10% off. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. I really greatly appreciate you, and I'll see you next time.